YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you like videos about luxury on a budget, this is the channel for you. Please like, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post a new video. This video, however, is a little different from my normal content. It is an unboxing. It is a luxury item in my opinion, but it is not a handbag from a luxury designer house. It is a new camera for me. This is a camera that I wanted when it first came out. I wanted it before it came out, and we were about to go on vacation somewhere, New Mexico, I think. And I really wanted to get a new point-and-shoot camera to have for that vacation. And this was about to come out. It was scheduled to be released a couple days before we left. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I had the money together. I was really excited about it because it had some features that no other camera had. And I really, really wanted this particular camera. A few days before the trip, when they were supposed to release the camera, they pushed the release date. So I ended up settling for a different camera. I settled for this. It did not come with a tripod. I settled for the Canon G9X. And this does not have the flip screen that this one has, and there are a few other features it does not have. This is the camera I used for my Vlogmas in December 2018 that some of you saw. And I just held it out in front of myself like this, but obviously this is what the camera looked like when I was looking at it. And you can't see yourself on there, so you can't tell if you're in the frame, you can't tell if you're even in focus, as you can tell by watching my Vlogmas, because there were a few times when I was not in the frame, and very often I was not in focus, but I had no idea. So one of my Christmas gifts is that my mother got this camera for me. She gave me the money to buy whatever camera I wanted, and this is what I chose. So I shall unbox it for you now, and at a later date I will do a little comparison, like not really techie, but a little comparison between this camera and the one that I have. And I may sell the other camera. If you're interested in the G7, the one that I already have, I recommend it highly as a photography camera for still photos. I do not recommend it for video. How do I get into this box? I ordered this from Adorama out of New York. They are one of my favorite shops, and if you don't live in New York, I live in Houston in Texas, and they don't charge tax for me, and the shipping was free too, so that's why I like to buy from them. I call this a luxury item because of the particular camera I picked out. For a point and shoot, it's pretty high end. It's the price of like a starter DSLR, like a Canon Rebel. I got it on sale for $600. Here's what it looks like inside the box. It came with some free things. Here's my little return label if I needed to return it. I better not need to return it. Bunch of plastic bubbles. A cleaning kit. I already have stuff like this, but hey, it was free. This I ordered separately. I think that's what this is a little SD card case, because I have a ton of SD cards, and right now I just have them in a little coin purse, so it's really difficult to organize them. Yeah, that's what this is. This is by Bauer, and it just opens up and has these plastic sleeves with little dividers where you can put 3 cards or 2 cards. Some of them are 2 and some are 3. I don't know if the 2 are for CF cards, which are larger cards. I do have some of those, and I did not realize this had the larger slots, but I got this in the used section for $5. I think it was usually $10, and it looks like it's in absolutely brand new condition. Anytime I can get a bargain. This is just floating around in the box. This is a little card reader for memory cards of various sizes, and it plugs in with this little cable here. I don't see a brand name on this, but if you need a card reader, I'll link below the ones that I use. This is just a sheet of paper. It goes with some software from Corel, which I don't need because I use Photoshop. There's a 16 gigabyte memory card from Lexar. I have a million memory cards. I really don't need this, but I don't know, I guess you can never have too many. It came with this enormous case. And again, all this stuff was free. It was totally free with the camera. This is insanely big for this camera. Why would they send such an enormous case? Because it's not like it has interchangeable lenses or anything. It's got that compartment. I mean, this is for a DSLR. I might be able to use this at work though. I teach photography, for those of you who don't know. And I think we're short. We just got a full class set of DSLRs for all my students. And I think we're short one camera bag, so I could use that for that. That would be helpful. Oh, this is somehow the memory card reader was attached to this. Oh, I see now. There was a plastic bit and it just came off because everything was floating around, so it's supposed to look like that, I guess. Now for the camera, the Canon G7X. I think I called the other one a G7, that one's a G9. The G9 is really cute and it's a powerful camera, especially for a point and shoot. It just doesn't have the features I need for vlogging. And since I did Vlogmas, I'm interested in continuing vlogging, so this is the camera to get. This is the camera that a lot of YouTube vloggers use, and most websites that I looked at recommended this as the vlogging camera of the last few years. This is the Mark II version. Mark II means it's just the second version, an updated version of this camera. So there was originally the G7, and now there's the G7 Mark II. The box looks like this. Spin it around. Whoops, that's upside down. There you go. Words and things, and all this, and the back of the box with lots of tiny words. Let's open it up. I've been really excited to get this. I've unboxed so many cameras. The unboxing of the camera part is not that exciting for me because it's a bunch of paperwork and plastic and things, but here's my registration card that has serial numbers and things, so I won't show that. Some kind of little literature piece. Not interested. There's a getting started booklet in a few languages. Under that we have this. So we pull out that paper, and let's see. There's a battery that's the same size battery as in my G9, and I've heard that this camera uses battery pretty quick, especially when you're doing videos, so I may need to buy a second battery. Those are about $43 if I get the Canon one. There are third-party batteries, but I've tried some of those at work and the charge hasn't held as long as the Canon ones do, so probably just go with the Canon. This is the camera. I'll put that down for a second and open the rest of it. At the bottom of the box I have a strap that looks like just a wrist strap and the battery charger. Let's take a look at this camera. This is definitely bigger and heavier than my G9. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. I just love cameras, being a photographer, and I have a new appreciation for them as video cameras too, since I've been doing that lately. Here's the top of the camera. I've been thinking of doing, especially since I teach photography, I've been thinking of doing a video about how to use the manual functions on your camera, because a lot of people don't know that, and it's really not that difficult. Here's the bottom. And I know a few people have asked me about it, so I think I will do that. Can you let me know in the comment section, please, if you would like to see a video like that? I kind of want to gauge how many people are interested in how to use the manual functions on your camera. I could do it with this camera, I could do it with one of my DSLRs, but I think that would be helpful. I know this isn't a tech channel or photography channel, but I have the knowledge I could share if you want it, and I know how to teach it. So with this flip screen, I'm surprised they have it flipped like that where it's not hidden, or maybe you can't hide it. Like where it's turned around where the glass is facing the inside of the camera, you know, because that would protect it. There's a flash up here, and I don't know where all the knobs to everything are yet. Oh, here it is. So there's a little pop-up flash. I never, ever use the flash on the camera. It's some of the worst light that you can get in a photo. The one time I would use an on-camera flash is if I'm outside and I have like a bright light source but my subject is in shadow, then I would use this as a fill flash to fill in the shadowed area, make it a little brighter on my subject. But otherwise I never use the on-camera flash because it's not flattering. So the screen will fold down this far. I think that's a 45-degree angle if I remember correctly from math class and from the specs on the camera. But then it'll also, oh, and the reason you might need that is if you're, say you're at a concert or something, there are a bunch of people in front of you, you want to hold your camera way up above your head, but then you can't see it because it's so high, so you can point that down and you can see what you're shooting. And then it flips all the way up like that. So if you're vlogging, pretend you are vlogging, you're pointing the camera at yourself, you can see yourself and you can see if you're in focus. And one of the cool things too is that it's a touch screen, so you can, if you're not in focus, you can just touch your face and it'll make you in focus. Or if you want to focus on something in the background, it's not doing that, you just touch it and then it focuses. This camera, I believe, also has time lapse, which I'm curious to try, and some other features. And you can set this ring that turns here to a few different functions, like focus or aperture, shutter speed, or whatever you want. Very cool. Well, I'm gonna go charge the battery and then start playing with my new camera. It feels good. I like the weight of it. It's heavier than my other one. I'll do a really quick size comparison there. I've never even seen this camera in person. They look about the same size, but I think the black one is, yeah, definitely wider. The grip feels really good. The grip is over here if you don't know that. It's where you grip it. I think I'm really gonna love this camera and having all the features that it has. I wanted it for a few years and finally got it. I'm excited.